Hey everybody, welcome back to the Bullhucker podcast. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
And I'm Josh Finley.
What's up, Josh Finley?
Brother, I'm good. How you doing?
Well, I think we might be in the middle of a tornado right now. I'm not 100% sure. So
we're in the bomb shelter. We're good, though.
We are in the bomb shelter. We are also in the bowels of the Emporium. So that's, yeah, cheers to that.
And
so.
we have some sustenance.
You know, right.
If it goes south, we can live for a while.
We can live off Michelob Ultra, and we might have to eat our guest. I mean, we've already talked about it. We kind of warned him after we laughed about like, we might eat you
for a while.
It'll be weird. But
we're two big guys.
He might kick our ass and eat one of us, so that's a hefty meal, my friend.
Yeah, it is. He'd be better off for a while.
Wait, did you just call me a hefty meal?
We'd be a hefty meal. You eating us would be a hefty meal. I mean, I'm saying that.
Well, you get Michelob Ultra. It's only 80 calories, right?
That's
so
right.
I'm good.
Watch my fingers.
So is my little toe is 80 calories. So
it balances it out.
That's right.
I think this drop of sweat might be 80 calories.
Yeah, probably much more sugar. The voice you hear, by the way, is Mr. Michael Blecha. What's up, Michael? How are you?
I'm great. I'm happy that I got new car insurance today.
Really?
Thank you, Amy Grantham, because I think when I go out, my pickup might not still be there.
Yeah.
So I'm glad I got that insurance 4 hours ago.
I wonder. She's telling her secretary right now, sign that shit for tomorrow.
I've never been dropped by an insurance company so fast.
Yeah. I actually got new house insurance. Well, it's coming on Monday, so it's
that might be too late.
Yeah, it might be too late.
All right,
so
good luck.
Is there a gap?
Well, see, I have insurance right now, but I'm switching insurance companies. They're going to come take the pictures on Monday, so hopefully this shit doesn't...
The after pictures, they're like, we didn't get the before pictures. What's this about?
Yeah, joke's on them. My house was always this shitty, so... Look what the storm did.
Yeah, that's terrible. Hail. So now it's just my roof.
And put a hole in the wall like that? I go that and some tequila, but it was...
big piece of hail.
That's right.
It's the size of my knee.
That's right. Little comment from heaven. So, anyway, before we get any further, I do want to say, hey, welcome to the Bullhucker podcast. If you're new to the podcast, what we do is we bring on a guest. Today's Mr. Michael Blecha. What's going to happen is Mike's going to tell us 3 stories about his life. Now, here's the kicker. Only 2 of these stories are true. One's either borrowed, made up, or it's an embellished story. At the end of the podcast, my friend Josh Finley and I are going to try and guess which one it is. And we're not great at this, right, Josh?
Not good at all.
It's super easy to lie to us. So
not good at all.
If you ever want to win it, something come on the Bullhucker podcast. It's first level, all right?
T-ball.
It's T-ball. That's right.
T-ball.
So, having said that,
at least for me, anyway.
Well, I'm not much better. So it's I wasn't good at T-ball either, though.
No, I wasn't either.
I was the fat kid, not coordinated at all. Michael, were you a jock?
No, I mean, I tried to be, but I was like short and chubby, and I played basketball and soccer. I just picked the wrong sports. I should have gone with like bowling and shuffleboard or something.
I'm with you.
I killed it at some bowling back then. Yeah.
I got to bring up an awkward conversation with you, by the way. And your wife begged me not to bring this up, but I'm going to have to bring it up anyway.
Only imagine where we're going with this one.
I saw a documentary one day, and I thought about you, and I was almost ready to call you. And it was talking about how crows can recognize a human face for up to like 6 weeks or some crazy shit.
Oh.
So he had a story about he was actually stalked by a crow. It was a crow.
Yeah, black crow.
A black crow.
Yeah.
The band or the...
Yes.
Hey. I wish it was the band. No, it was a real live crow trying to kill me.
Hey, little Mike, come on. But I told Chelsea, I said, I saw this. She's like, please don't tell him. I said, I'm going to tell him. I'm going to tell him so.
Well, I'm glad that you didn't think about me when you watched Dahmer or something. Like, at least it was the black crow.
Yeah, Dahmer or porn. I'll be like, Michael Blecha. That guy looks like Michael.
So just a little side story. There's a guy in New York, as his thesis in college, he figured out that he could teach crows to get, he did it for change. He taught them how to get change, and he put this little feeder box on a couple of rooftops in New York, and these crows go down and find change. They put it in the feeder box, and as soon as it hit, it'd give them some food. And so they got good at this, and then they taught all their friends. And so he showed that they would actually bring, and he said sometimes they bring you junk, sometimes they bring you, like a gum wrapper or something, but they're looking for shiny stuff. But he says for the majority, they actually bring money. And they'll go around, they find money, and they bring it to this coin box, they get fed, and they're happy. He collects his coin box just like a vending machine, and he makes a living off this today.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Do you guys remember back in like the early 2000s, the Budweiser Super Bowl commercials? Do you remember the one with the Falcon?
No.
Oh, no, it was fantastic. Google the Falcon Budweiser commercial. What happens is this guy, he's on a penthouse on the patio. There's these 2 women there, and he's trying to impress them. And he's like, this is my pet Falcon. It's amazing what he can do. He's all, go, go, go. The Falcon takes off, comes back with 2 Bud Lights. right, and sets it down. They're like, "Oh my God, that's amazing!" And they go, "Where does he get the Bud Lights from?" And the guy goes, "I don't know." And the next thing you hear, you go, "Whoa!" People on this patio restaurant are diving under tables and shit, and they're like, "Here it comes!" Whoa, whoa. And it's dive bombing. It's a fantastic commercial, man.
That's awesome.
I've been there. Yeah, I've been at the scene of the crime.
Really?
With the crows
Yeah.
dive bombing me.
Yeah.
I didn't have a Bud Light, though.
You had a
I don't know what the
skateboard.
hell they were, yeah.
Yeah,
It's for real. I'm still terrified of them.
that's what I hear.
Yeah, I'd turn into a little bitch. If there's a little sparrow on the ground, I would duck behind both you guys and
How about
throw my
chickens?
first one child at it.
Right.
Like,
Chickens?
no, just ones that can fly at me and peck my eyes out. I mean,
Yeah.
I can at least stop a chicken from that.
That's true.
hopefully. Gosh, I don't know.
That's fair. Like Big Adam's he's a large man, scared to death of squirrels, man.
Really?
Yeah, man. If you're ever on Adam and a squirrel shows up, he gets real uneasy real fast. He's not scared of much of anything. He not heights, not anything. But when squirrels show up, man, he gets like that really weird, like rapey feeling. I think I don't know, like he gets like just really, it's fucking great, man. So
That's hilarious.
yeah, I feel the same way about responsibility. So see, it's all the same. So
Seems about right.
all right, hey Michael, you ready to tell some stories, brother?
I would love to.
All right, you want to read them off for us, Josh?
Yes, sir. We've got Jamaican Mike. We've got Juan's Mexico Penthouse. And U-Haul Road Trip.
I'll give you the cliff notes. So, all right, Josh, why don't you pick one out, brother?
I've got one I like there. I want to see what's the story about Juan's Mexico Penthouse.
All right, Juan's Mexico. Okay, so we were touring in a band. We were probably like 19 at the time. We used to go to El Paso. The reason we go to El Paso was because we could walk across the border and drink in Mexico, in Juarez.
Right.
We would do this often, like 4, 5, 6 times a year, because we were all like, even some of the guys were like 17 at the time. We were like 19, so none of us could legally drink. And so we would go to El Paso, we'd play a show, we'd park the van somewhere, we'd go across the border, and we met this guy named Juan that worked at this little bar there, and he would always hook us up. Like, we were already getting hooked up, but back then we were super poor, and so we're like,
Right.
everything we could get. He'd give us like 4 beers for $1. We had, oh man, I just thought of another awesome Mexico story that I probably shouldn't tell in public. I'll keep going on this one. Okay,
No, we're going to harass you to tell it
yeah,
now later.
that's
so,
a
yeah.
good one. That's going. But so, yeah, other Mexico story. Mexico stripper is what we can call that one.
Oh.
Yeah. You want to, all right. So anyway, so we met this guy named Juan, and he was really cool, and we'd always leave him a $5 tip, which got him to just keep bringing us beers all the time.
Right.
So we'd always go down there and got to be really close with him. And we go down one time and he goes, "Guys, I got my own place. It's really, really nice. Can I show it to you? I'm off in a few hours." So we're like, "Okay, sure." We felt like he was a friend of ours. So we're like, great. So he said, "Hey, everybody, hop in my minivan," which it was this nice, like 1994 Chrysler minivan with no seats. So we all roll in the back.
Nice.
And he was proud of it. I mean, it was Juarez, Mexico. It was a nice car for the area, I guess. So
Yeah.
he takes us over to this house. He's like, "Come check out my house. It's so nice. I'm so proud of it." We walk in, and it's literally 4 cement walls with a dirt floor. So, but it was Juan's Mexico Penthouse. He's like, "All right." He's like, "You guys want to smoke up?" And so I don't smoke, and I'm not just saying that because I'm on a public podcast. I've never done a drug in my life.
Right.
There's a story involved in that probably for the next time I come on.
Right.
But so but some of the guys partook, and they're smoking up, and all of a sudden, cops roll in. Choo choo choo. We're like cop cars pull up, and like they come in with their guns and everything, knock on the door, and we're like, crap, shit, what are we gonna do? Like, we think that Juan's like a narc or something. We're going to Mexico jail, which I don't think you leave Juarez, Mexico jail, not in one piece. Yeah. And so we're like sweating it. We're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? Freaking out. He's like, it's okay. We're like, yeah, at this point we think he's like a narc or something. So he goes and answers the door, and they're talking in Spanish, and he pulls some money out and hands it to them, and they leave. They go away. We're like, oh, thank you so much. Did you pay him off? Like, did you just save our life? Yeah. He's like, oh no, they confiscate cars from people and sell them to people for a side hustle. And they sold me that van the other week, and I owed him a payment, so I had to pay him. So we're like,
these are the police.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, thank God, we thought we were going to jail for smoking pot,
Yeah.
And so that was Juan's Mexico Penthouse. That was dirt floors and cement walls, and we thought we were going to jail, but we didn't. Thank goodness. So anyway,
that corner is the smoking area. That corner is the bathroom. Dig a hole.
No, it was dirt, no windows, nothing. But to him, man, it was a penthouse.
Yeah.
That corner is our lounge.
And this was Juarez?
Yeah, Juarez in about 2002.
Probably
I was
still
like
a
19,
penthouse.
2003.
Have you been to Mexico?
I have been to. I went right across the border with my dad when I was a kid, dude. We went in
Tijuana?
Tijuana.
Yeah.
Yep. And I mean, we spent longer in the traffic getting back out of Mexico than we actually
Right.
spent in Mexico.
I've never been, man.
Well, they'll let anybody in Mexico, but getting out, they
yeah.
want to like see credentials.
Yeah.
Now you can just walk across it here, and then they'll give you a ride wherever you want in America, and a prepaid visa. It's awesome. So
Let's go, man.
let's
I'm
do
in.
this.
I paid for that visa, so I'm in, bro. I'm in.
That's a pro tip. Pro tip. Cross the border, come back.
Walk back.
Dude, I'd be scared to go to Mexico, man. I don't.
Even resort Mexico?
I'll tell you.
Oh, okay.
I think that's the worst.
Yeah. No, resort Mexico's awesome.
Well,
And
you-
I'm not saying that because I got suckered into a timeshare. I'm saying that because resort Mexico's awesome. Juarez, I'm actually going to Mexico, San Luis Potito, Mexico, which I guess, I don't know, it's like a huge...
I think you might have said something dirty on the
Yeah.
podcast. Just
Sorry. Excuse
it.
me.
Cut it.
Aren't you Latino?
I'm half.
Do you speak...
Nada.
No?
Nada.
Poquito? Or
Nothing
no?
good.
Poquito.
Uno cerveza, por favor.
I want to learn how to say, how do I buy a car from a cop? Because they sell that shit down there, I guess. Anyway, so I'm going for a Vanilla Ice show in like 2 weeks.
Really?
And I'm like copied on the emails, and the tour manager put like, he's demanding 2 SUVs with bulletproof glass and a armed guard that will stay with us 24/7. And I'm like, I think I should up my rate.
Right.
I didn't know I was going
Right.
into a war zone here.
Right.
So,
Vanilla Ice?
He books all these guys.
Well, yeah, but he hung out with Suge Knight. Now he wants the bulletproof glass?
He's been dangled off a balcony
Yeah.
before, so yeah.
nothing phases him.
I guess maybe that's why he wants.
Do you know the Carrillo brothers that do the Inception podcast? Monaco and Eric.
I know Monaco.
Okay.
We're working with him for my company Anywhere Cam. He's doing some promotion videos and stuff.
Oh, very
yeah.
cool.
Yeah, I know Monaco.
Very cool.
I'm on a committee with him, Economic Development Committee.
When
Yeah.
they started off, they got hooked up to do like video for this. I'm gonna mess the story up. They were going into Mexico looking for somebody, and it was a bounty hunter from America.
Oh, nice.
And it's a story he tells in the podcast about going into Mexico, and then it realizes that they're going after a cartel member.
Oh.
Right, and it's like
Monaco filmed all this?
yeah. Well, him and Eric filmed it, and they were both
That's awesome.
doing the video for because the guy's making a video, right?
Yeah.
They're like, hey, I'll catch anybody, kind of shit. So that kind of story. It's another story in this podcast where I'm like, how are you still alive? Honestly, that's
I'll have to ask Monaco. That's cool.
yeah. Ask him about it. It was
I was supposed to go to Colombia. The COVID messed it up, but we were booked in Colombia, in Bogota, and I was so pumped because, like, I love all this drug lord, like narco type documentaries and stuff, and I was so pumped, and then COVID hit. Damn you, Joe Biden.
damn you, Joe Biden,
Screwing everything up.
for inventing the COVID. I like how you call it the COVID. By the way,
The COVID.
It's like the Sonic. Why does everyone say they're going to the Sonics?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
If you're in Pueblo, that's part of your accent to put an S where it doesn't belong everywhere.
Hey, I'm from Denver's.
Then
Denver's.
yeah, that's exactly
Denver's.
right. My stepmom will be like, I gotta go get some at Walmart. You need anything from Walmart or Safeways? I'm
You
like,
just lost 90% of your
I know.
Hispanic
I know.
fan base.
I
I'm
know.
sorry.
No, they like finally he comes clean. That's how he talks.
That's why he talks about it.
Yeah. Hey, you guys want to listen to the Bullhuckers? That's how they fucking talk.
That's
man.
awesome.
My stepmom has such a Cholo Pueblo accent, When I first moved back here, I guess I had a slight one. I was in Julesburg with Budweiser delivering, and some guy goes, "Are you from Pueblo?" And I go, "It's." But what do you mean?
What do you say?
What do you use?
You're in a Raider jersey with a bandana
That's what
on.
it
Why do
was.
you say that?
That's right. I had a job, so they told me I had to leave. Get out of here, weirdo. But yeah, it's crazy. Pueblo's got its own accent. It's crazy. It's a weird town, man. So
My grandparents are from Julesburg.
oh really?
Yeah, they're 10% of the population.
I bet they are.
Well, my grandpa passed away, so
9.
5% of the population.
Population, yeah. Julesburg's a wild town, man. So
Yeah, I had an employee, 18 years old, moved to Julesburg, and I'm like, you are going to be back.
like on purpose.
Yeah.
Why would what for?
Well, his sister was living out there, and he wanted to go help her out because she had a baby or something. I don't know, but I'm like, you're going to be so bored. And I asked him, I'm like, "Did you find any ladies?" He's like, "Well, my boss, I think she's on meth and she's like 50, but I think she'd be down."
Oh my God.
Needless to say, he moved back like 6 months later. Yeah.
There's the Julesburg Tavern there, and a guy named Dean owns it. Hey, Dean.
Hey, Dean.
And it was crazy because he'd sit there and watch like movies while you're delivering and never talk to you.
Is it right by the interstate there? Next to a hotel?
No, it's in town. It's an old church. And it'd be hauling kegs. Like, hey, Dean, it's all done. Dean?
Jesus.
He just slides you the money. I'm like, this feels sketchy, but okay, Dean. See you later, you weird son of a bitch, you know?
Yeah, my grandpa used to own Harold's Radio and TV Repair, which turned into the Radio Shack.
Okay.
And then they got a with the first Radio Shack store outside of Denver back in the 60s or 70s or something. Yeah, just a little claim to fame. And then they bought another franchise and put it in Fort Morgan, and they tasked my dad to run it with his brother, and that's how my parents ended up in Fort Morgan. But yeah,
that's wild.
OG Julesburg over here. I used to spend my summers there.
I summer in Julesburg.
I summered
with Dean
in Julesburg.
In Julesburg.
What do you think of that story, Josh?
I like it, honestly. A lot of, I can see that because honestly, still today in Juarez, that's still probably a penthouse.
Yeah,
honestly.
Yeah,
let's just be real. So I can see it happening.
It's worth $100 now instead of 40 back in the because of inflation.
Yeah, inflation.
Yeah.
Pesos. Pesos. 40 pesos.
He's happy to show you guys are broke as shit. This might be impressive to you, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
This is so nice. Americans were impressed.
How poor did we look?
Well, you're begging beers off them 5 for $1, so you know
we did. One of the guys, Todd, we were in Salt Lake and we were going into an Albertsons, and he had kind of a grunge look going on, long hair, flannel shirt, whatever. He's like, I'm just gonna sit down. I don't really feel good, guys. We're gonna go get some food inside the Albertsons. And he said he sat down and just kind of laid his head up against the wall, and he had his like hand like laying there. And somebody walked up and put $1 bill in his hand. It's like, what the hell? They're like, you need it more than me, type of thing. It's like, I'm not homeless. I just played a concert last night. I'm just in a punk band.
That's hilarious. What's that movie? I'm trying to think of a movie where happens to a teacher, and like, I'm a teacher, and then they end up just pocketing the $2. Yeah, I like that too. I need to go to Mexico. Every time I tell people I've never been to Mexico, they're always like, "What?" I'm like, I know. I don't. One of these days, Dency got on me.
You got to go with Carrie and Dency.
Yeah, that's what I've heard. No, I don't need to go there.
I'm surprised they still let us in that resort.
I know.
Be honest.
Well, remember your wife's episode last time? She talked much about that.
I know. That was after she talked me into buying the timeshare.
That's what. No.
You talked me into buying the timeshare.
Oh no, she full on blamed you for that.
Tequila. Tequila. Actually, they wouldn't let me take shots this time when I went back.
Yeah.
Because I was taking shots, and then I ended up buying the timeshare. And this time, I don't know if they put in their notes like, this dude's a drunk. Don't let him drink tequila before 9. Because I'm like, can I just get a drink? And they're like, not until after 10.
Who's this? The timeshare people?
The timeshare sellers. I think they thought I was gonna like go back on them and say they got me drunk.
They don't care.
They don't care.
They don't give a shit.
We did.
Where did you buy it at?
It's
No, like where was the sale taking place? Was it in Mexico?
Oh yeah, at the resort in Mexico.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we booked it through like Expedia or something. Somebody was like reselling their timeshare, and so we booked their room for a week, and then fell in love with the place. I got drunk and bought a timeshare.
How long is that for?
Life,
the rest
and
of
then
your life.
I think it can be willed onto my kids. They will still. No, we have to pay it off in 10 years though.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't even want to ask how much it is.
It's not that much.
Okay.
It's like, I don't know.
I would say if you use it quite often, it's worth it then.
Yeah, we take the kids there once a year, and then we usually go like an adult trip once a year.
Yeah.
So it's a good reason to go to. We have 11 days a year, and we have to go to Mexico. That's a good excuse, right?
And how many days do the kids get?
Well, like 4.
Perfect. That's a good swap right there.
My son almost hooked up with a gal from the resort this time. He's 19. He's not. It's not weird shit, right?
He's 7.
But
yeah, she's 85. She does the laundry. Her name's Maria.
I think this gal's name probably was Maria. She was the gal. She was probably 20 years old too. She was the gal doing like the, play beach volleyball, doing the entertainment stuff.
Right.
And then somehow my son's like, I'm going on a date with this gal. So of course we sat up on I got us like a balcony one, and so we stood up and watched him on his date for quite a while and just sat there and drank beers. It was like a sitcom. It was great.
You know what made this story better is when he buys the timeshare, shows up, and who's working the desk? Juan. Michael. Whoa, look at Michael. He's got an actual timeshare. Oh, it's not got a dirt floor. Michael's made it big in life.
Would you like the penthouse, Michael?
That's right.
Yeah, I know what a penthouse is.
Want to rent a car?
I have a nice minivan for you and your family.
Right.
No seats.
No seats.
There wasn't a single. There's the 2 captain chairs in front. That was it. We just rolled in the back.
That's all you need.
And if you find a revolver, he's missing it, so please turn it in. Officer Padilla says he lost it in the car. Who knows?
Oh,
Son of the bitch.
All right, now 100% of your Latino fan base have gone.
Yes, they're gone. Yes.
Okay.
The vanilla bean, as they would refer to me, is now making fun of us. So yeah. All right, we got one down. We got Jamaican Mike and U-Haul Road Trip left. Well, as you know, I always have one I want to hear most, so we'll listen to the other one instead. Let's listen to Jamaican Mike.
Oh, usually that's. I thought that was going to be the one you wanted to hear, right? Okay, Jamaican Mike. Man. Okay, so this is during COVID. COVID was just kind of ending, 2021, maybe. Where concerts were.
It's the COVID thing.
The COVID.
Thank you.
Sorry, I didn't.
Yeah, are you doing all right there?
Didn't. What?
You doing all right?
Oh, I was like, yeah, I'll have another drink. Jeez, you trying to sell me a timeshare?
Yes, I am. Welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast.
Have you been to Brush?
Yeah, I own a timeshare there, probably.
Welcome to the Bullhucker Podcast. This is Michael Blecha's studio because, well, he bought it.
Yes. I have no money in savings. I don't know why.
He gets 12 days here.
That's right. That's right.
With this nice brick. Why wouldn't you buy it? It's authentic. That was laid by hand. I can tell.
I can tell you right now, if Armageddon happens, you're gonna be glad you own this. 'Cause it's in the bowels. So yeah.
Oh, that's a scary dog.
That's my dog. That's my. That's my dead dog. You heartless bastard. So that's Rodney.
Why do you only tell one story? Well, he got kicked off after the first story. He's an asshole.
I'm like, I don't want to hear that one of this bullshit, you know.
Okay, so Jamaican Mike. All right, so COVID's just ending. I'm going to do a concert outside Pittsburgh. This amazing place called the Nemacolin Resort. Go there if you ever want to impress a lady. Super high end, like fancy resort. One of our customers would fly me out there to take care of these concerts. So I'm going to do this, and I get on the plane, and I get off the plane, and I'm not even off the plane. I take my phone off airplane mode, and it's just like blowing up, like text calls, missed calls, everything, emails from Chelsea. She wasn't my wife at the time, but and I didn't have another wife at the time. Just to clarify.
Hey, we don't judge here on the Bullhucker Podcast.
She was my mistress.
We don't Mormon.
She was my wife
shame
at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, so she calls me right then. I'm like, hey, what's up? Anyway, she's like, are you okay? I'm like, yeah, but we literally just landed. I'm not even off the plane yet. She's like, all right, some weird shit is happening. Like, I don't know what's going on. So I said, what's up? She goes, well, I started getting these weird text messages from your phone number. Saying that you had lost your phone at the airport and I needed to Venmo you money and just all this weird shit. And I'm like, yeah, somebody must have hacked something. And my email's blown up, like all this crazy shit's happening. So we're trying to figure it out. I'm like, there's a car waiting for me to take me to this resort. So I like grab my bag and walk. We're trying to figure out what's going on. And all of a sudden she goes, oh my gosh, Maya is getting a Instagram video chat, which I don't do social media, but Instagram, although I do Snapchat, and there's awesome pictures of my dog there if you guys want to follow me.
No, I don't want to.
We don't care about your dog.
Your dog. I don't want to have dog envy now, Michael. You heartless son of a bitch. But
at Mike Blecha, follow me. You get some great. He polo shirts to work. He's the bomb. Anyway, but so I don't do social media, but I had an Instagram and a Facebook at the time, and I had like 9 followers on Facebook and like 4 on Instagram. So I don't know why they decided to hack me, but Maya, who's probably, let's see, this is 3 years ago. She's probably 13 at the time. She's getting an Instagram video call from this person, and from some random person. And Chelsea's like, answer it. This is where a story gets fucked up. It's some black dude jacking off on the video chat.
Okay.
Was it P. Diddy?
It was R. Kelly. No, I'm kidding, because she's 13.
He's peeing on P. Diddy.
So she's like, what the Mom? And so she's like telling me this. So I'm on my phone, like, what in the hell is going on?
Right.
So it's this guy who's simultaneously jacking it and then saying, I've hacked Michael's accounts, pay me or I'll fuck up his life, which is a weird combo. Like asking for money and getting after it at the same time.
Yeah.
So, I've never had success with that, but
I have. Anyway.
OnlyFans at
right.
Larry Lunch.
That's
okay.
right. That's right.
Give me some money.
I say send me money and maybe I'll quit. And then the money comes like,
You want it to stop? You want it to stop?
Are you still mayor pro tem?
Oh yeah.
He doesn't have an OnlyFans page.
I don't have an OnlyFans page.
Sorry. Okay, so back to the story. So I get in this car, and the poor driver just had to be like, who the hell did I pick up? I'm like, hey, I got some shit going on with my family. Like, just drive me to this resort, which is nice. They sent me like a black car. I love this place. It's amazing. They would send me a black car. I'd drive in. But so anyway, this long story short, we find out that this guy has hacked my life, and he's pleasuring himself and also asking for money. And so Chelsea's like, how much are we talking? Because if you could stop jacking off on my daughter's phone, I'll give you $1,000. Like right now, like you name the price. Right. And he's like, I'm in all of his accounts and shows like screens. He's in like my Facebook, my email, my Instagram, my bank. Like somehow he had hacked like my life. Wow. I didn't even know this is possible, right? Especially with one hand. I mean, that's impressive.
That
he did that with his He's like multitasker. Yeah. Anyway, so
I'll give you $1,000 to stop and $2,000 to show me how you did that.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Yeah.
So anyway, so we Chelsea's like recording this and texting like it's a crazy thing happening. And I'm madly on my computer. She's on, like, Maya's on a computer. She's on a computer. We're, like, trying to change passwords. As fast as we're changing passwords, he's changing them back because he's in my email. So when they do the authenticate or whatever it is.
Right.
And so we get there. I'm like, hold on. I need to check in. I check into the hotel room. I get down there on the desk, and we're as fast as we can changing the password. We finally get ahead of this guy, like, and change over my passwords enough that he can't get into my email, my bank account, or my Facebook. He was still on my Instagram, but I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. I have 4 friends. They can watch him jack off. Yeah. And so about 3 a.m, we finally get ahead of this thing. Wow, that was nuts. So then I go to sleep. I wake up to my client at this resort calling me, being like, hey, did you want me to bring that money at our meeting at 8? It's like 7:45 at this point. I'm like, oh shit, I'm glad you woke me up because I was gonna be late. And I was like, what are you talking about, Cindy? And she goes, well, you messaged me and you said that you wanted me to Venmo you $800 for the band's food buyout. And I thought that was weird, but if you need the money, I'll just bring it to you in cash, but I'm not gonna Venmo. We can't do that for a bookkeeping. And I'm like, what the hell? So he must have been in my emails, and he saw when I was going to be on a plane. He saw who I was going to see.
Oh, wow.
He contacted my wife when he knew I was on a plane and probably didn't have access to my phone, trying to get money out of her. Then he did the whole weird thing where he's trying to get money out of her, pleasuring himself and weird stuff. And then he contacted Cindy, my client that I was going to see, trying to get money out of her. And I'm like, no. And so we joked the whole time at that gig, and to this day, that's Jamaican Mike, because he hacked my life, and he was a darker skinned brother, and we assume he was from Jamaica, I guess. So Jamaican Mike hacked my life and didn't get it. But the weirdest thing, he didn't get any money out of us ever. He just stopped. He's not very good at his job. Maybe he finished, lack of better words.
Thank God he wasn't. If he had 2 hands on the keyboard, you might have gotten taken, bro. You know what I mean? So. Right. Or maybe they saw Jamaican Mike and be like, Blecha's sure getting a nice tan. Look at this. Those 11 days in Mexico really starting to show, Michael. That's good for you. So.
You might want to get some sunscreen.
That's scary shit, though. I mean, because guys like that exist. I mean, I don't want to say this. Like, the only reason you haven't been hacked is because someone hasn't tried.
Right.
Anybody can do. Have had, not to me, but someone very close to me. within this last year. And we got ahead of it quick, but I mean, it could have been real bad, real fast.
I got hacked twice. I got hacked during COVID. Another time. This one's brief, and it's not a Bullhucker. So I wake up to like 87 emails. What the hell? Everyone's like, is this real? Like, this link won't work, whatever,
right.
blah, blah. Somebody got in and sent out thousands of emails, like everybody in my address book, being like, hey, I need you to download this file. Please click on this link.
Oh, yeah.
And so I immediately text everybody, copy, paste, like blast, blah, 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 right? I don't have social media, so I can't really, because Jamaican Mike stole it from me. Right. And so I can't tell it, but I'm sending emails to anybody that, like, was recently I was conversing with. And everyone understands this is a scam, except Cheryl from Salt and Pepper. She clicks on the link and downloads a virus on her computer. So she immediately, as soon as I send out this mass email, my phone rings. It's Cheryl. I'm like, hey, Cheryl, what's up? She's like, are you kidding me? They're going to, they can get into my face. Like, she was worried because she's a celebrity, and she was worried that they get into her Facebook or whatever and post bad stuff or whatever. I mean, I'm like, wait, you really clicked the link? Come on, nobody clicks the link when it says to click the link. And so she's like, I can't deal with this. Talk to my son. And so he's like, I was like, is it a Mac? It was a Mac. It ended up not doing anything, long story short. But I'm like, come on, of all the people, and it's a celebrity collection that could have ruined their social media presence. Jamaican Mike could have hacked their Salt and Pepper.
But with her, if they put some shit on hers, that news flies quicker than she can stop it.
Yeah.
Even if it comes out and said it was not real. People saw the first one, and that's what they remember, right? Mm-hmm. So that's tough. There was a city councilman who had gotten COVID. He got the COVID. And I got it. Someone hacked his email, and I get this email from him saying, hey, I have somebody's birthday. Can you go get a $100 gift card for me? I'll pay you later. Mm-hmm. And I call him. I'm like, if you need me to do that, I can do that for you. I know you're, and he goes, no, I've been hacked. So I emailed him back. I said, okay, what kind of card? And they said, whatever. He said, whatever. Yeah. Okay. So I wait about half an hour. I go, okay, I got the card. Okay, well, just read me the numbers. I said, actually, I'm just going to stop by and put it in your mailbox. They're like, no. They keep emailing me. No. Just put the numbers here. I go, no, I'd like to come see you. You know what I mean? Make sure everything's okay. I'm just going to bring him at the house. It's on the way home. No big deal. And they kept emailing me like, no, just you don't stop by. And so then I'm like, listen, man, I'm not welcome in your house. Is that where we're at?
I'll take this card back right now.
I said, yeah, well, fuck you then. If I'm not welcome in your house, then I'm keeping the card. And then they could just quit emailing me because they probably thought, the gig is up. You know what I mean?
That might have been Jamaican Mike.
It might have been Jamaican Mike. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's like, don't come over. I'm busy. Yeah. Yank.
I said, what do you think I was doing when you asked me for the card, Mike?
I'm sealing envelopes over here.
Oh,
that's awful.
Need another ultra for that one.
What'd you think about that one?
I can see that happening, man. These hackers they're all over, man, and they can do everything. So
I mean, literally,
and if they get one, they're getting them all, and it's a bad deal.
Me and this guy are a little older than you, but I mean, we're about the same generation, so it's hard because you grew up without the internet. You grew up with all this stuff, so I'm leery about anything. Giving to anything, I've had charities get a hold of me and be like, I'd like to donate to you, but is there somewhere I can just drop $50 off at because I don't want to give you my card or anything. It's fucking weird, man. Like, I don't have a Venmo either. Everybody's like, can I Venmo you money? I'm like, I don't believe him. I don't. That's the devil's work right there. I don't. Do you Venmo?
Only hookers.
Okay, well, that's fair. That's fair.
Stuff I don't want transactions. You have verified.
And Jamaican Mike's like getting a hold of them, like, hey, I need you to send that money back, or
I have to send him a monthly payment to keep him from showing up.
Yeah. And then hooker's like, it was dark in the room, but I don't remember Michael Blecha being black.
Yep.
Maybe he was. I don't know.
It could be. He had a tan. 11 days in Mexico to do that.
Right. It's like, man, I gotta see what you're using for suntan lotion. So,
no, you don't want to see what he's using for suntan.
You want me to show you here?
No!
I'll show you.
Oh my God!
His knuckles are 5 times darker than the rest of his body. I get it. So
getting calloused up.
That's right. All right. Oh. I like that one too. That's,
you like a dude jerking it on Instagram?
I mean, I want to start. I'm going to give you my email address so we can become email buddies, and I maybe get some of this action.
I mean, if I get 1,000 to stop, I might send you a message later.
That's
if that's
like
what it takes.
That could be a whole business.
Mm-hmm.
Like, make me put my clothes back on OnlyFans, right?
We're gonna sell it later tonight, right here.
I've never been on
Bullhucker.
OnlyFans because I don't understand it, but I'd like to one of these days, just to get recipes and stuff. But
Recipes. That's where I'd get them.
I just want to compare how do my feet look compared to their feet. That's the only reason I go on OnlyFans is to see where my feet land.
I've heard weird shit about
Go get a
OnlyFans.
pedicure, and you'll find out where your feet land.
Yeah.
It's not good.
It's not good. Yeah.
I got a pedicure with my daughters one time. They asked me, and of course you have to say yes at that point.
Yeah.
It was everything I could do to like not just giggle like a little bitch the whole time. 'Cause I'm like, oh man.
Yeah. I hate feet. I'm not a feet person.
I don't understand who's turned on by feet.
I don't like
Not
them.
me.
Like I don't hate feet, but I don't think like I would ever see somebody's feet and be like, damn, my bedroom right now.
Yeah,
Your feet
no.
are sexy.
No.
No, I don't like feet at
It's
all.
weird.
Like, they gross me out. My niece Kayla, when she was like 3, she was on the couch and she put her feet on my arm, and I was like, what are you doing? Don't, Uncle Larry doesn't like that. We told you Uncle Larry doesn't like your feet. You got pretty girl feet, I'm sure. I don't like them. Okay?
It's one of the 3 rules of my house, okay?
That's right.
No feet.
Put your feet away.
I don't like feet. I think it's... When people see people like barefoot in public, I always like... You know?
So I was in China in February and eating a lot of weird shit. The guy I went with, he's my partner in one of my companies, and he lived in China for 5 years, and he's married to a Chinese woman. So he wanted to show me all the good Chinese food, and my body did not like it. Like it was just weird spices and weird shit. But I was trying to be cordial. They're buying me all this stuff. I wanted to try it, and they're like, "Do you like fried chicken?" I'm like, "Yeah, I love fried chicken." They order something in Chinese. It's a bowl of fried chicken feet.
What?
No.
They eat them like chicken wings.
No, pass.
I'm like, they're scratching around in dirt and shit, and then they ugh.
Well, what do you think they do when they come to Colorado? We're like, do you like oysters? I mean, it's the same thing, bro.
Yeah.
You know?
They asked me if I like fish, and I said yes. And so they ordered, "Do you like soup?" "Yeah, we have good fish soup." And so they got it, and I said, "What kind of?" So I poured it in there. And getting ready to eat it. What kind of fish is this? Skin.
No.
Sorry, what kind? Fish skin?
No.
Gross. Fish skin?
Nope.
That's a soup?
Yeah, that's not a
Fish
kind
skin
of
soup.
fish. And then they had chicken blood. Like,
Seriously.
it's just nasty shit. Anyway, I hate to hate on it because then it's a whole culture, but man, I couldn't wait. It was about 3 days in, and I'm like, I'm dying here. And so I went back and I ordered French fries and a Sprite at the lobby bar, and it was the best meal of my life. I was like, oh my god!
You like fish? He's like, well, they don't have feet, so bring it on.
Yeah, bring it. Ugh.
That's
I
wild.
tried Rocky Mountain oysters once. It turns out I'm a spitter.
Really?
Not a fan.
No?
No.
Have you tried
No.
them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
No.
like chicken fried steak.
It's not.
I thought they were chicken nuggets when I first had them. CJ Jones, what's up, Siege? And I were probably 10, 11 at the Shino's house in Marino. And the Gary Shino's like, how you boys like them balls? I'm sorry? Come again? Which is what you don't say.
When you're eating balls.
Yeah. And so we got a little grossed out then, but I was...
Also, always order them with brown gravy. Don't order them with the white gravy.
Or ranch.
Yeah, or ranch. Yeah.
Cocktail sauce isn't much better.
I like Rocky Mountain oysters, so...
Yeah, I can't hate on them.
Yeah. But my point is, when they come to Colorado, and they're like, what's Colorado known for? Well, we put nuts in our mouth here, and we all
Mountain
enjoy
oysters.
them. Yeah, that's right.
Larry might put nuts in his mouth. Not Josh.
Well, me and Jamaican
Hey,
Mike
call
are
Jamaican
judging.
Mike. Yeah, you come combo OnlyFans page.
When he's doing that, I'll just be like, I'll
eating
push you
nuts?
back down first. That's right.
Wipe your chin.
He's like, all right, you nasty motherfucker.
$20.
That's right. He gives me $20. That's
All right,
right.
stop eating them, man. Stop eating them.
All right, you win. You want Michael Blecha's bank account? I go, yes, I do.
There's not that much money in there. If he was smart, he would hack my wife's bank account.
Yeah.
She's the one that's good with money. She doesn't buy timeshares. I do.
Yeah. I would, yeah. The only time the timeshare is in Vegas. They tried like hell to get you. There was a show, and like, come on in, and it's free. And I'm like, nothing's free, man. You know, and so, yeah, no thanks. So, because that's big in Vegas now, right? The timeshares.
I don't know.
Well, the place that we pay every month is located in Vegas. we bought it, like the home base or whatever.
Well, last time I was in Vegas, it was probably 2018 or so. It's been a while, but they're building all these high rises that are basically apartments that were they're timeshares. You know what I mean? That's the big thing now.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, we got to buy another one, Chelsea.
Yeah, there you go,
Chelsea. Going to Vegas.
Sorry.
Sold us. Yep.
Just put crows in there. You'll be fine. So, all right, we got 2 down. Jamaican Mike, Juan's Mexico penthouse, and U-Haul road trip.
U-Haul Road. This is a near and dear story to my heart. So my son and I, our favorite pastime, he's 19 now. Like I said, he was trying to hook up with a lady in Mexico, so he's a grown man.
Attaboy, Ken.
Yeah, get it. And it turns out, I think she was married. I think that because she kept saying, like, oh, I have to go, like, my uncle is coming. I'm like, no, it's your poppy. That's not your uncle. Yeah, I think she ditched him. I felt bad, Anyway, we had a nice big pad. Like, he could have had just a little date over there, and it would have been great for him. But next time, Kenan. We have 11 days next year, so always have another chance.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
You get 4.
You get 4 to try to hook up with the Juanita. Okay, so anyway, he's 19. Our favorite pastime is we go and see Major League ballparks. We're at 27 right now.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's real good.
Do 2 more this year. We only have a couple left. We've been doing it since he was 3. I lived at the time when he was 3 or 4. I lived downtown Denver, and I ended up getting a partial share of season tickets for the Rockies. Third base, second row. I don't know why I ever got rid of them.
Right.
But so he loved it. So he grew up like going to games every week, and it was like our favorite pastime. So we decided that we would try to hit every single Major League ballpark. We're close. So this is probably 2015. This is a long time ago, and we were on. It was probably the second, third year we did this, and we were in Detroit, and we needed to get to Cincinnati. And I had this makes me sound like such a loser. I didn't have a credit card at the time. I was in my 20s. I didn't understand about this stuff. I had a debit card only.
Right.
And I had my license had to be renewed, and they had only sent me the paper copy and punched a hole in mine.
Oh, no.
So I go to rent a car. That doesn't work.
Right.
So I'm freaking out. We're trying to get to Cincinnati. I have a 8, 10, whatever, 10-year-old son with me. I don't want to sleep on the street. I don't know how this is going. I didn't have a lot of money at the time. So I'm freaking out. So I called Chelsea. At the time, she wasn't my wife, but she was always like, she's a voice of reason for a lot of people. So I call her, and what do I do? I'm freaking out. Can you rent it for me? Can we put it, like, all this stuff? And turns out she calls me back a few minutes later. She goes, I have an idea. Just go rent a U-Haul and drive to Cincinnati. And that's right when I proposed to her. No, not really. But I was like, problem solver. Hell yeah. So we go and we rent a U-Haul. And side story on that one, we're in Detroit, mind you. And I like Detroit. Chelsea and I actually spent a couple weekends in Detroit. We love it. But there is some shithole places in Detroit.
Sure.
So we find the nearest U-Haul place. I call an Uber. We get in the car, and the guy starts driving. He gets closer. He goes, he's a foreign guy. He goes, is this the right address? And I'm like, I guess. I'm just going to a U-Haul place. It is not a good part of town. Like, yeah, you sure you want to go there? I said, well, I got to get this U-Haul. So, yeah, just take me there. I'll roll the dice. He pulls up. It's like this, literally a junkyard. Like, just mounds of metal and broken down cars as far as you can see. There's like kids playing soccer. Like, there's the old man smoking a cigar or Black and Mild or something, whatever it was. And he's sitting, and I'm like, I guess this is it. There's like an office. There's a U-Haul sign. It's from 1992, but there's a U-Haul sign. Okay. So he pulls it. He goes, you go inside and check, and I will wait with your son. And it was so sketchy that I left my son with a random Uber driver.
That felt like the better option.
Yeah, that was the better option. Yeah. So we go in and then like blow the dust off the computer. And I think it was one of those original Macintoshes, like the tan ones, and the DOS key, like printer.
Oh, yeah.
The like the wheel with the holes in the paper, and they ripped the copies off. That whole thing happened. And they give me a U-Haul. It's like, I just got the smallest one. It was like the 10-footer, right?
Yeah.
But it was actual U-Haul with the little, the box truck in the back. we get in there, we're driving, and we get to like the south side of Detroit there, and we're like, man, that was a long day. It's like, we're not going to make it to Cincinnati till late. We don't need to be there till tomorrow. Let's just get a hotel. Like I said, at the time, didn't have a lot of money, probably picked like a classy Super 8 or something.
Hey.
Which the Super 8's gone in Fort Morgan. Did you see that?
Yeah.
No Super 8.
Yeah, they're building apartments
I don't know where I'm going to put my relatives up anymore. Kidding. Sorry.
Rent a U-Haul.
Yeah.
Problem solver.
Well, yeah, that's ironic you say that. So, we pull over to this like Super 8 or shithole roadway. Oh, no offense. I know we got one of those here. But roadway in, something low class. We get a room for the night. We get up the next morning. We're driving to Cincinnati, catch the game. And we get going on the road. And my son's like, I'm hungry, Dad. So I pull off. And all there is Taco Bell. I hate Taco Bell.
Blasphemy.
Taco Bell is like the Coyote Ugly of fast food, right? Like, where it seems like such a great idea until 30 seconds after you finish eating it, and you're like, what did I do?
Right.
So, anyway, and it's not like road trip worthy food because you don't know where the next bathroom's going to be. So, I'm not a fan, right? Yeah, but I've got a hungry 10-year-old kid. What are you going to do? So, we go and we pull up. It was the first place we stopped, and we pull up to the order place, and we start ordering, and we hear like a racket in the back. Like, what in the fuck? Like, and then all of a sudden we hear the door open. What the hell? We hop out, and this dude's booking it out of our U-Haul.
No.
Like, with a
like camping in there.
Well, yeah, bum or a meth head or something. Like, what the what? So like, we run in the bed. We're like, what just happened? And we look in the back, and there was like some trash and like a blanket pillow thing, and like no crack pipe, unfortunately, because I was hoping like
took that.
Yeah, right. He's just smart. Yeah, so we're like, what the hell just happened? So all we could think of is maybe, I haven't put a lock on it. Like, we weren't transporting anything.
Right.
Like, apparently somebody was sleeping in our truck. Mm-hmm. We just took off and started driving. And this is the first place we stopped, and he felt us come to a stop, and so he threw the door open
and made a break
and just fucking took off. So then we have like trash and shit in our, we're like, what are you gonna do? And so we ordered our Taco Bell, and we continued on the way. And we went to Cincinnati and dropped the U-Haul off, and we got an Uber and went to the game. And Cincinnati has a great ballpark. If you've never been, it's one of my favorites. But that was a U-Haul road trip, which is ironic that you said I should put my family up in a U-Haul.
Yeah.
I guess maybe I've already told this story.
No.
Because, yeah, so now I'm just going to rent some U-Hauls. Be like, it was good enough for the dude in Cincinnati or in Detroit. Mm-hmm. It's good enough for Detroit meth heads. Get in there.
Here's a blow-up mattress and a crack pipe.
I would have liked if you're like, Kenan, what do you want to eat? And he tells you anything else, and you hear a voice go, couple Doritos, Los Tacos. Yeah. What was that? Hey, can I get a soda too there, Dad?
An enchilada.
And Michael flips open the back. He's like, is that you, Jamaican Mike? He's like, that's damn right.
He's all sitting there doing his thing.
That's right.
With one hand on the keyboard.
Man, you can get me that nice burrito. I know how much you got in your account, Michael.
Yeah,
all right?
You can afford this.
I know you got the insurance with the U-Haul. I know everything you spent, okay?
Oh, my God.
I've already extended your rental for you. Don't worry about it. We got a while.
We can drive this across the country, man.
Oh, also Chelsea said, hey, along with salt and pepper.
Oh my God, just salt. I don't know which one.
Just salt. Yeah, pep.
It was pep.
No, it was salt.
It was salt.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know.
That's a great story. You know, that's a scary story because that guy could just killed you at any point in time. Been done with it, you know.
I wish he would have stayed in until he dropped the U-Haul because the dude like has to open it up to make sure.
Out. Right.
Something just jumps out on it.
I think it's funny they rent you a U-Haul when you have nothing with you.
I guess I never thought about that.
Yeah.
Well, I told you how sketch that place was. Right, They're like, whatever, we'll take your $49. I don't care.
I got an out-of-state expired ID and a third-party check. Could I get this to go?
That's right. And on the side, what was on the side? They always have a painting.
Gosh, I have a picture.
Juan's Mexico.
No, it was probably like Panama or something. Something nice.
I
something
actually,
real nice.
You think it's the old West?
You have a picture of it?
Yeah, I have a picture of the trip.
Oh.
Hold on.
Now
the plot thickens. It could be embellished. Okay,
this is okay. So it was in I got to search back. That was 9 years ago.
I'm just wondering why you weren't sleeping in the U-Haul if you had no
I know.
money.
I'm like, blew $50 on a Super 8.
Right. There's less bed bugs in the U-Haul.
That's so shit. That's true. That's true.
That's facts.
Well,
right
that's
there.
how Jamaican Mike got my identity. Maybe he was like,
Yeah, he's in with Road. Yeah, right in.
he got the information. I'm gonna find this because I want to.
What did you think about that one, Josh? While he's looking, you have some doubt.
Yeah, I got some doubt in that.
All right.
I got some doubt until I heard we had pictures, and then I'm like, well, maybe. But I guess an embellished story could
There you
be as
go.
well.
All right, it was a budget. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Okay,
well, we
sorry.
already know.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry. It was a budget. Yeah. Yep. And there we are at the game. There, Great American Ballpark.
See, I've always wanted to do that with NFL stadiums.
Yeah, there you go.
My buddies Al and Tim, we just didn't get around to doing it this year because I called and said we should go every year and go. You're okay. That's all right, man. It's my $13 table.
The maid will get that.
The maid will get that. That's right. We're going to go to Chicago this year because they're going to rebuild Soldier Field outside of Chicago. So we never got around to doing it because I'd love to do that with NFL stadiums, go to every one. But I feel the NFL stadiums might be tougher because if you're not wearing the right colors, I feel there might be fights outside. You know, it's
College stadiums ain't no different.
Oh, I bet it's tough.
No
and they're
different.
expensive. The good thing about like baseball parks is
$13 tickets.
Yeah, it's great. So we love it. We're going to Washington D.C. and Cleveland this year.
Nice.
And then that leaves us with I think 3. We got we're doing the Yankees last. Fortunately, never made it to original Yankee Stadium.
Yeah.
Yankees, Houston, and Kansas City are 3. Yeah, I've been to both Houston and Kansas City, but not with my son.
Right.
So those 3,
That's a very cool story,
That's
though, Michael.
yeah,
That's
it's fun.
very cool.
It's fun. We were trying to do it before he graduated,
right.
because then life gets crazy and whatever, he has his own life, and but then COVID. The COVID.
Thank you.
Thanks
The
a lot,
COVID.
Joe Biden, screwing up my
FJB.
story with my son.
He's blowing out Obama, so let Joe take this one. But
He won't remember.
yeah.
Now we have got all your liberal fan base on listen. Now we know past liberals.
We're down to my mother, and she,
No Jamaicans.
She
we
might
ripped on Jamaicans.
She might be out too because of some of the jokes. So, I think it's cool, and it's cool that you get to your son because that's something he'll remember forever.
Oh
Right.
yeah.
Oh, for
that'll
sure.
be a memory that
sure.
reminds him, no matter what stadium, you know,
Yeah.
he got to spend that with you. And
Every
that's
one of
very
them.
cool. How
Yeah.
many teams are there? I don't even know.
There's 31 stadiums or 32 stadiums.
Okay.
I assume there's 32. I don't think anyone shares. Like don't the LA one? No, they don't share anymore. I think it's 32.
Okay.
Yeah, because we have 2 and then we have 3 left, so it'll be 29 plus 3 is 32. As far as I'm,
Well, and you have to go to Vegas here in what?
I
2
know.
years or
I'm
3
excited
years?
for that one.
Are they?
The A's?
They have a franchise? Oh, they're moving
The
there.
A's are moving there.
Yeah,
I'm shocked.
which is the shittiest ballpark in the world.
The A's?
The A's, worst of the 27 we've been to. But so now we get to go. So I actually get to help my son help me put on a concert in an MLB stadium in the Tampa Bay Rays Tropicana Field last year.
Right.
So we have a contract with MLB that we do these after game concerts.
Right.
You know, like to boost ticket sales when it's like 2 shitty teams playing each other.
Sure.
They'll do it. We actually have one this weekend when I was there last weekend, and so we go to all these different ballparks and do it. And last year he came and helped me. So that's how we knocked Tampa Bay off the list. We actually put on a concert
awesome.
together.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, so we were just in Tampa Bay last week with Jimmy Eat World, and this week we have him, Riley, great country guy, and then T-Pain next week, which I'm
Very
bummed
cool.
I missed.
Very cool.
So, but so it's kind of cool to be able to have done all those things with my son, and then also do a concert, which he grew up seeing us do concerts
Sure.
his whole life.
Sure.
And so so we gotta do a concert. Pretty fun.
It's awesome.
Pretty
That
fun
is
story.
pretty awesome. College is probably tough too because all the young kids are drunk, right? I mean,
All of them.
you've been to Boulder watch a Nebraska game?
One time. I will never go back.
Well, really?
Never go back.
Was there scrapping or what was there?
We're Nebraska fans.
Yeah.
They'll throw beer at you.
Really?
Oh, dude, they do not care.
Yeah.
They do not care. And, they one win. That if they can get one win a season, if it's over Nebraska, they've got a winning season.
Yeah.
And that's all they care about. And so whatever they can say. But my first wife, she actually went to CU. And so I had to stay when I went to see her, I'd stay in the dorms. And at that time, they actually had some overflow of the football team that was staying in the dorms as well. So the men stayed on the first floor, the women stayed on the second floor, and the RAs were on the third floor. And so when I had to shower or anything, I had to go downstairs to go down in there. And she left for class one day, and so I walked downstairs. And do you know Herschel Troutman? Does that name mean anything to you? No. Anyway, he was the running back for CU at the time. He was the freshman running back, but he was the running back. And so I'm downstairs. I got my towel, and I'm heading down to the showers, and I go to open the door, and here he's walking out. And granted, he was like here, but he was like here.
Yeah.
And he's like, hey, yeah, cool, dude. As much as I'd like to say something, no, that dude would have killed me. But it was on enemy territory, so I could take her to class. I didn't wear nothing red. Right. I didn't do nothing, man. Right. It was like they're all about peace, love, coexist. Unless you're from Nebraska, and then like fry the whole state. They don't care. Right. And I'm from Colorado, and they still hate me. I don't know, but whatever.
I used to make it a point to go to every Broncos Raiders game in Denver. That's the one game I try to make every year, just to watch the scraps, man. Yeah. I mean, Raiders fans and Broncos fans just hate each other. Absolutely despise.
And you were wearing the Raiders jersey with the bandana.
That's exactly what it was.
Right in.
I'm from Pueblos, eh? Yeah. So
you better watch it.
Or
give you the COVID.
When I was in Vegas the last time, that's when they were still building Allegiant Field. And we stayed at the Luxor, and I asked them, what's being built over here? And she's like, the NFL stadium. I go, the Raiders stadium, yeah. What are the chances I can go over there and pee on it right now? And she's like, why would you want to do that? I'm like, because fuck the Raiders. That's why, ladies. So, but it looks like a badass stadium.
It's crazy.
I've never been in it.
But I never thought that it would even fly. Like, professional sports would be there in Vegas because 70% of the town is visiting.
But that's why they brought it.
Yeah.
That's 100% why they brought it, because every other team that plays their team in Vegas goes there.
Right.
I have a buddy that's a Bronco fan, and as soon as they opened that stadium, he bought season tickets in Vegas. He goes, I go from the Broncos and Raiders, and I pick one other game, and I sell the rest of my tickets. Yeah. And it pays for his entire season plus some.
Wow.
And that's the only reason. And it's the A's. The A's are the same way.
Yeah.
They're bringing and they're going to put the A's on the strip.
Right where Tropicana used to be.
The
right
strip.
There.
Really?
Yeah.
Dude.
Right across from Excalibur.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah,
that's all they care. They don't. There's no loyalty to the team themselves. But the Raiders worked out good because everybody hates them. Yeah, and so they're like, I'm gonna go see my team in Vegas, and then they spend a bunch of money while they're there, fly out, you're good to go.
That makes sense, I guess. I mean, because then you can go have fun, go to the game, and there's always a party afterwards.
Yeah,
right?
There's always a strip club to find.
That's right. All right. Well, we gotta get rolling, man. We can BS in here. So
we're giving Joe Rogan a run for his money.
Yeah, we are. Some bitch. All right, we got three great stories: Jamaican Mike, Juan's Mexico Penthouse, and U-Haul road trip. So, Mike, when we decide who has to guess first, we rock paper scissors.
Okay.
How do you rock paper scissors?
With one hand.
Okay. Like Jamaican Mike.
How's that weird? That's weird.
Do you 3-pump or 4-pump? Do you rock, paper, scissors, shoot, or rock, paper, scissors?
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
You're a 4-pumper.
I think I'm a 4-pumper.
That extra pump with one hand.
That's what it is.
I only got one hand going. I got like extra.
Jamaican. I like the Jamaican Mike better. All right, ready? We're doing 4, I guess. Ready? No. You want to do 3?
Yes, we're doing 3. Oh, I finally win 1.
All right.
That's my first one.
So do I say something?
Not yet.
No,
not yet. So we got 3: Jamaican Mike, like I said, Juan's Mexico Penthouse, and U-Haul road trip. Now, I think U-Haul road trip, I'm hoping it's a true story. That's a great story. It's scary because you could have been murdered with your son, but what a great memory. I like the outside of that story where you get to see all these things with your son. That's a special memory that he'll have always. Juan's Mexico Penthouse, that one seemed like a little not a lot of detail, but I'm going to go with the true story there. I'm taking Jamaican Mike, and here's why. I think that story's true, except for the fact I don't think he was jacking it. I think that was thrown in there to...
that was the embellished.
Yeah, that was the embellished part. So, what do you think?
Well, so I started with the Juan's Mexico Penthouse, and that one I feel is solid. I feel that one's solid. Some details there. I mean, Juarez, Mexico, dirt floor, four walls and a roof. That's really probably a penthouse. So that one I can probably see. And paying the cops off for the car, 100%. I've seen enough. I've seen Sicario. It makes sense. U-Haul road trip had me for a minute. I really thought there were some details in there that I'm like, man, we're out of money. We're not sleeping in the van. Right. We're getting a hotel without a credit card, which is kind of hard. I mean, back 4 years ago.
South Detroit, right?
South Detroit, possible.
Take cash.
Yeah.
And so that's where. But now we got photographic evidence. So the one that I'm gonna go with, I'm jumping on with you. I'm saying Jamaican Mike because I didn't go for the jacking it reason. I just think there's way too much that he had involved to. Like, I've been hacked, but I've never had a guy call my family. I've never had a guy, there's been dudes show my daughter their wieners. Believe me, I see them at Burger King. But anyway, I've never had a guy that's hacking me.
Are you the dude that sent my daughter a dick pic?
Oh, believe me, it's
really?
bad. Oh, all the time. All the time. And when we pull up, she's like, hold the ranch.
Yeah. Now you can't ever eat Burger King.
We live in a small town, and they Snapchat each other, and it's bad.
Oh.
Everything. You can't go anywhere. But there's a little over the top there for me to get all that in the same spot. So I'm also going for Jamaican Mike, but for a little different reason.
All right. Before we flip it over, I do want to say thank you to the Brush Emporium, man. Thanks for letting us have this podcast studio down here. They've been so understanding. It's really cool they let us do this here.
Yep.
They've been very, very supportive of this. And if you haven't been to the Brush Emporium, what are you waiting for, man? 210 Clayton Street. Have you eaten here yet, Mike? Have you had a chance?
I've not. I have not. I've heard it and I've seen it. And I think they have pizza, right?
Yes, and wings.
And wings.
Pizza,
amazing wings.
But do they have fried chicken feet? 'Cause if they have fried chicken feet, I'd be all over it.
We are going to petition to get fried chicken feet here. And
they're wasting the best part of the chicken.
Fish skin soup.
And no nuts.
Right. And no nuts.
No nuts. No, I know. I do want to try it, though.
They do ice cream. They have great food here and a great seating area upstairs.
Yep.
Like I always say, they have like the old school board games up there. So you want to bring everybody in for an old school family night, come on down. It's a family-owned business, and they've been so incredible with everything. So thank you so much. Also, if you've enjoyed this podcast, on the bottom right-hand corner of the screen is a little red dot. That's our subscribe button. Click that, man. It's a small click for you, but it's a huge click for us, man.
That's right.
Are you going to steal their info and then try to siphon money out of them?
That's exactly what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
Pueblo Larry is in the house, bitches. So, But I try so hard. The little vape pops out. They're like, just give him a few bucks. This is sad. So. All right. So having we said that, we got 3 stories. Jamaican Mike, Juan's Mexico Penthouse, U-Haul road trip. We're doubling up on you for Jamaican Mike. What's your? Let's see it, brother.
Oh, U-Haul road trip.
What's not true about that?
There was no homeless guy.
God,
the rest of the story is true. The rest of the story is true. Just no homeless guy. We drove that bitch all the way to Cincinnati, dropped it off, and they actually. You make a great point. They rented us a U-Haul when we had nothing with us but a suitcase. That's all we did. We literally threw our 2 suitcases in the back and got in and drove.
Let me tell you this.
Wow.
Here's what they did. You're a grown-ass man that had a U-Haul that was hiding a child in a car until you got in the U-Haul. They didn't bring the child in with you. Yes. And they rented it to you. They'd be like, it looks like it's on the up and up. They're like
Seems
baseball
good.
fans.
Seems good.
The kid's got a big foam finger. It's fine. They're probably watching baseball. It's fine. So
it's waving for help. It doesn't matter.
No, I hate to say it. Jamaican Mike is a 100% true story.
Wow.
That's crazy,
That
man.
really happened to me. Yeah.
And nothing ever came of it.
No.
Well,
he still has
something
access to
came
my. So if you're one of my 4 friends on Instagram, every once, so I don't think he has in a while, but for like a couple years after that, he'd post like a random thing on my Instagram. Like my daughter would be like, "Hey, Jamaican Mike posted again." He had a funny joke. He'd be like, "Hey, buy my $500 iPhone. Click here." Like one of those bullshit like little gifts or whatever they said. Like, got an iPhone for sale. Need cash now, please, or whatever.
What's the Instagram handle, if you don't mind?
I don't even know. I'd
Jamaican Mike.
It's now Jamaican Mike.
Yeah.
Jamaican jerk is what they call it now.
I was going to tag him in this episode.
The jerk chicken.
I probably shouldn't because
he'll steal your identity.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you can have all this 78 cents of my shit, okay? That's cool.
Yep, that's true.
Juan Mexico Penthouse.
That's 100% true as well. Yeah. Oh, can I tell you my real quick stripper story?
Yes,
Mexico.
please,
Okay, so we're in Juarez at a different time. And we decided we had some time, so we decided we're walking around. It's about noon, midday, and they say $20 for unlimited lap dances, and a shot of tequila. Shot of tequila, beer, and lap dances, I think is what he came out and said.
Nice.
Actually, let's get real. He came out and said, $50, everybody gets a blowjob. And we're like, this is weird. Like, we're all in the same van tonight. Like, it'd be weird to look each other in the eyes after that.
Right.
So they said, okay, $20, you get lap dances, beer, and a shot. We're like, okay, let's do this. So we go in there. So we're in this strip club. It's noon on a Tuesday, mind you. Not a lot of action. I don't even know if it's Tuesday.
It's the B squad, yeah.
I was going to say A-team is on Tuesday afternoon, baby. Yeah.
That's where this story goes. So one of the guys in the band is half Hispanic as well, like yourself. And the Latino ladies love him, right? I'm sure if you went to, that's one more reason to go to Mexico.
Vanilla beans.
Yeah, yeah. One more reason for you to go to Mexico. You'd be a hot commodity. So we go in there and we're all, take our shots. We're drinking our beers, and they said a light shines down on the seat, and they're like, "Who's gonna get the first lap dance?" And we're like, "Kyle, come on, go get it." I hope his parents aren't watching this. Kyle, go get the first lap dance. The ladies love it, so he's like, "All right, whatever." He goes and sits down, and there's kind of like a dim light behind him, the stage, and this gal comes out, and she's dancing, she's taking her stuff off, she gets completely naked, down to nothing, pops into the light, sits down on him, the light hits her, she still has a C-section scar with stitches in it. She's like less than 2 weeks from bearing a child.
Wow.
And she's getting down. She turns around, and Kyle's like, "Oh, God, get her away from me. Get her." So none of us got our lap dance after that. We let him take that one. But, yeah, poor thing was, she's breastfeeding.
You insensitive bastard. She's a single mother, obviously.
She needed the money. She needed the money bad.
Yeah.
But, yeah, she still had the stitches in there and everything.
That's crazy. This is in Mexico.
Working class woman. You
Yeah,
got to
get
give
back
her
to
that.
Yeah.
If you're going to keep the penthouse, you got to keep the money going.
Right. That was Juan's lady.
Yeah.
She's like, we got $40 a week to pay for this van. Come on,
right.
get
Come
back
on.
out there.
The nursery's in the other corner.
It's on the roof.
It's on the roof.
The roofs.
Michael,
Anyway.
thank you for coming on, man.
Thanks for having me
It's
back.
good to see you, man.
Yeah,
I
thanks
haven't
for
seen
having
you
me back.
forever.
Yeah.
You're a busy man.
I am.
Real quick, tell me about Kinnan Entertainment for people who don't know.
So we're concert production and audiovisual installation. We'll probably do about 700 live events this year.
Wow.
And we're based right here in Fort Morgan, Colorado. We have a warehouse right over there off next to the old steakhouse, the block.
Okay.
We have a warehouse there and some really great employees, and we do things like Bobstock. We do all the Thursday Night Lives. We do things like we install the sound system and the AV system at the fairgrounds in Brush so they can live stream all their rodeo events on YouTube. A lot of churches in town, we have their live stream and their audio rigs. And but we do a lot of our bread and butter is live concerts, and we do them worldwide, nationwide at least every year, worldwide before COVID, but definitely Canada and Mexico still.
The COVID.
Gosh, yeah. So hopefully you can come have me back on. I don't get murdered in Mexico if my armed guard and bulletproof Suburban don't pan out. But yeah, we've been with Vanilla Ice since 2016. Every single one of his concerts since 2016 we've produced, and lots of other great artists too. But he's just the Grizzly Rose. We do all the Grizzly concerts at the Grizzly Rose.
Nice.
Most of the regional county fairs and just whatever. We do a lot of concerts, and we have some really great employees who've been with us. Some employees have been with us for 10 plus years, and we love it. So
that's awesome.
Yeah, it's been a good way to make a living for the last 15 years. Yeah,
that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
very
great.
Cool.
Yeah,
and City Brush, you're doing something with the City Brush now.
Oh, I hope so. I don't know. I don't think that they. I think I was too expensive. Sorry, I tried. The COVID just made everything jack up in price. Yeah,
the COVID.
We do the Oktoberfest. We bring the stage down for the Oktoberfest. I think we've done for a couple years now.
Right.
I've unfortunately not been able to make it, but we have a crew of guys and the sound system and make it loud and proud, and
very cool.
Yeah, but most of the things around here we're part of. We're pretty happy to be small town USA, bringing some good concerts here. But we're happy to be able to do that for a living.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Like I said, it was awesome to see you again, man. It's been too long, my friend.
Thanks for having me back on.
And if I got to see what episode you were, if you go back in the archives and check out his first episode, you had some great stories there too. It was
I'm checking it out on the way
less
home.
phallic. There was no masturbation in that episode.
There was almost some. So,
oh gosh, I don't.
Some major band stole your lady, and
oh wow.
Anyway, it was a girlfriend, and she ran off with a band.
Oh. God, I'm sorry that wasn't.
That's happened a dozen times.
No, I'm
Larry.
sorry. Yeah, that wasn't. Yeah, well, just watch it. Yeah, you're right. There's no masturbation in my presence on that one. I think they waited until I wasn't there.
Fair enough.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
that was a good one.
Anyway, guys, thank you so much for checking us out. I'm Moose Lundstrom.
I'm Josh Finley.
And we'll catch you next time.
Peace.
Peace. Hold on a second.